With his head turned to the side, Niall stares intently at the bra, and he shivers at the idea of wearing it. Hesitating for a moment, Niall focuses on the sound of Reece removing her heels. "Your boxers, please?" Reece asks, still staring at the wall, waiting for him to pass them to her. "Here," Niall replies, reluctantly sliding them down his legs. "Are they clean?" "Yes, they're clean," Niall snorts, placing his boxers on her dress. "I'm just asking." Reece giggles playfully, instantly grabbing the boxers seconds later. "Oh," she laughs, running them up her legs. Still warm. Biting his bottom lip, Niall considers reaching for her underwear, but he can't bring himself to touch it. It looks so delicate and definitely not something he should be putting on. "Ah, so soft," Reece coos, throwing on Niall's t-shirt. "Oh, and that deodorant smell? Nice." Having made herself decent in his t-shirt and boxer shorts, Reece peeks around at Niall to see him still standing, facing the wall, completely naked. "Do you need some help?" she asks, smiling as he jumps at the question. "No," Niall is quick to answer. "It just feels a little wrong." "Wrong?" "Yeah, putting on your underwear. We barely know each other." Reece tilts her head to one side. "Well," she says, thinking of a solution on the spot. "I'm not taking your stuff off now, so either you wear my stuff or you walk around naked. What's it to be?" "I would rather be getting something to eat," he answers gingerly. "Awesome." Reece cheers, bringing her hands together. "I'm hungry too, so let's do this." Stepping toward him, Reece does her best not to spook Niall when she hands him her underwear from off the counter. "Here," she says. "The quicker you put my underwear on, the quicker we eat." "True," Niall laments, taking the lacy underwear from her fingertips. The pretty pink bow goes at the front, Reece explains, having to hold back the laughter as she watches him. A few seconds later, and with a little bit of whining and complaining, Niall has himself in her underwear and he reaches for the bra. "Let me help you with that," Reece says, standing directly behind him. Niall turns himself to look around at her grinning face and he lets out a long breath. "Is this even going to fit me?" he asks. Making him lift his arms, Reece threads them through the straps of the bra and begins to fasten it around his back. "Might be a little tight," she says, pulling the clasps together. "I think you're a little broader than me." "Oh," Niall moans. "Does it have to be so tight?" Reaching around him to adjust the height of the cuffs on his chest, Reece chuckles. "You think that's tight? Just wait until I lace you into my corset." Niall lowers his head and lets out a long breath. "Can I just put your dress on now, please?" he complains, well aware of the fact he's almost naked in front of her, wearing only her underwear. "Oh yeah," Reece grins, reaching for the dress. "Arms up so I can help you into it." Doing as he's told, Niall's vision is soon blocked as the heavy black dress is lowered onto his shoulders. Feeling the weight of the skirt below, around his legs, he's surprised just how well it fits his frame. "Knew it," Reece explains, zipping it up. "I was worried you were going to stretch this, but it looks like we're an almost perfect match." Feeling the straps of the heavy dress digging into his shoulders, Niall lets out another long breath. "At least I'm not naked anymore," he replies cynically, turning himself to look at Reece. As he does, he sees Reece smiling at him, standing in just his t-shirt and boxers. He's not seen a girl wear his clothes so well since he broke up with his ex. He goes bright red. "What?" Reece asks, reacting to his blushing cheeks. Nothing," Niall bashfully replies, looking down at himself in the dress that's wafting around his legs. "No, seriously, what's with the face?" Reece frowns, becoming concerned. "Do I look stupid or something?" Niall looks up and sees her stern expression. He then pings one of the straps of his bra and laughs. "If anyone looks stupid here, it's me." "No!" Reece shakes her head. "You're looking so super adorable." That's when her face lights up and she grabs for her corset. Holding it up, she gives him an almost sinister grin. "Turn around," Reece says playfully, twirling one hand. "It's time for you to learn the joys of an hourglass figure." Feeling pressured by the look on her face, Niall does as instructed, not expecting her to be so rough. He's surprised as she throws the corset around him and it instantly begins to cling tight to his body. So, Reece says, making small talk as she pulls tight on the corset lace. Are you single? Yeah, he answers, wincing as Reece tugs at his body. You? Pulling the strings tight, Reece causes Nial to yelp in pain as the corset clings tighter. She laughs and continues tugging harder. Don't be such a baby, Reece scolds, pulling tighter. And yes, I am single. Squealing again as the corset clenches around his waist, Nial turns his head to give Reece a filthy look. I'm not being a baby, he complains. This hurts. A lesson for you then? Reece replies with a cheeky wink, making Nial turn away in disgust. This is what lengths women go in order to look pretty. Pulling his arms out to steady himself as Reece pulls harder, Nial lets out a sigh. Oh, they better pay up. I'm sure they will. I think I've seen his videos before. Yeah? Nial asks, bracing himself as Reece ties the corset shut. Done! Reece cheers, patting Nial playfully on the side. How does it feel? Awful. You wear it well. Should I feel like I'm about to faint? Reece turns around and as she reaches for her heels, she laughs. Kinda normal when wearing a corset, yeah, she jokes. Standing up narrow straight like a mannequin, Nial also turns around to see what Reece is doing. Picking up her heels, she turns to Nial and gives him the widest grin. Rattling the shoes in her hand, she steps closer to him. No jokes, she says, kneeling in front of him to slide the heels onto his feet. I actually think my outfit suits you. Maybe if I do a little makeup and style your hair, you look pretty convincing. Convincing? Nial asks, uncomfortable by the fact a girl he's just met is touching his feet. We just need to parade for the cameras, then we're done. I don't want to be convincing. I just want to be paid. Stopping herself from doing up the clasp on one shoe, Reece looks up at Nial and frowns. Don't be such a spoil sport. I don't do this for just anyone, you know? You should feel honored I'm letting you borrow my clothes. Nial looks at his favorite shirt she's wearing and he tuts. I don't think it's me who should be honored. I feel like you've been waiting for the chance to rip that shirt from my back. I'm worried you're not going to give it back. Focusing on fastening the first heel onto Nial's feet, Reece nods in agreement. I was going to offer you a trade, she remarks without shame. Allowing Nial to lower his foot and stand in her heels for the first time, she lifts up his other foot and keeps talking. Is there anything of mine you think you'd like? Feeling the pinch of the first heel in his toes, Nial again shakes his head. Nope, he answers abruptly, causing Reece to give him a dirty look. Knowing there must be something he's willing to trade for it, Reece doesn't say anything more as she slides the other heel onto his foot. As she fastens it tight, she gets to her feet and gives him a satisfied smile. You might want to just walk around a little bit to get used to them, she suggests, reaching for the skinny jeans she's still to put on. Taking a single but nervous step, Nial is pleased he didn't instantly fall and break his ankle. That's it, Reece praises, sliding her legs into Nial's skinny jeans. This ain't so bad, Nial admits, holding his arms out for balance. I thought they'd hurt more, but they don't hurt at all. Struggling to get Nial's jeans past her childbearing hips, Reece only gives him a wry smile in reply. After a few more seconds of trying to stuff her body into his jeans, she finally gets them up and over her hips and backside. Are you going to be able to do those up? Nial asks, staring at how full his jeans look with her curves stuffed into them. Looking up with a face of thunder, Reece scowls in his direction. Yes, she replies frankly, annoyed at what he's insinuating about her body. Are you sure? Nial asks plainly, not realizing he's digging himself a hole. Do you want me to drum your head again? Reece huffs, turning her body away as she desperately tries to do up the button and zip. No thank you, Nial answers, rubbing his head. You really went to town. Must have been quite the drum solo. Was listening to System, Reece answers before breathing in. System of a Down? Nial asks, excited that she's a fan also. Yeah, Reece replies in satisfaction, turning instantly on the spot. Reece shows her entire body to Nial as she throws up her hands. See? She shouts out, looking down at herself fully in his outfit. Your stuff fits me like a glove. To Nial's surprise, she looks really cute in his stuff. Turning red, he can't help but stare as she does a little dance around in celebration. We're gonna make some money, she sings, pretending to drum out a beat in midair. Shall we go show them then? Nial asks, pointing at the locked door. The longer I stay in here dressed like this, the more likely I am to get cold feet. Reece looks at Nial for a second, completely absorbed in thought, tilting her head to one side as she looks deep into his eyes. She's not quite satisfied that his outfit is complete. She ponders, stepping close enough to touch his hair. I think we've still got some things to do until you're ready. Having a cute girl so close to his face, Niall gulps and nervously replies, "What stuff?" Reece steps back. A bit of lippy and mascara is going to go a long way. She answers with a wink. You can't wear a dress and heels like that and not wear makeup.